I'm just gonna get some water while Wolf is looking at. Be right back.
All right.
So, what you missed last time, we crossed the lake. Lance gave away a lot of money to ghosts.
At least $5.
In pennies, yes.
Oh, gee.
We discovered that Cerberus does not respond well to no bad dog. I almost got my arms ripped off.
Does not accept treats, does not accept head pats.
Yes. He is a very good
Does
guard
play
dog.
frisbee though.
I'm back.
All righty.
So, everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
As ready as possible.
All right. Does someone want to do a quick recap for Thomas, who wasn't there last time? Well, he
Yeah,
was here, but
they gave
We
Von
were-
Penguin, you want to do a more complete one then?
Well, honestly, there wasn't much more that happened than that.
Well, I'll just go ahead and start from the beginning and do it again then.
Okay.
Last time, we went to the River Sharon, and crossed it after paying our toll. Not before Lance decides to drop $5 worth of pennies on the dead, who are very incredibly grateful and desperate. Turns out there's about 20 people who die every second. I did the math. That's probably enough to take care of them for 5 minutes. We crossed the river. The river is very scary, very bumpy, but we managed to cross it and encounter Cerberus, who does not respond well to treats, head pats, but he does play frisbee, and he does chew on bones, primarily lives.
Bones and
After
frisbee.
managing to escape it, because we were not going to take down Cerberus, we escape into what's the area called again for the
Asphodel's meadow.
the meadow. And begin to talk to some of the spirits and get a basic idea of what's going down. It turns out that Hector has been moved to Tartarus, which is across a river of fire. And according to the spirits, escape is impossible from there. It doesn't look like a fun place to be or a fun place to try to get out of.
Or even into.
But we also get directions and a basic footpath that could lead us straight to Hades if we wanted to go talk to him. And I believe as we were leaving off, we were wondering if we were going to just jump straight into the river of fire and all die and be stuck here forever, or go talk to Hades and see if we could just work something out. But I think that probably requires the help of our friend to determine. So Thomas, then I think, yeah. Thomas, what do you think?
I honestly, I think it would. Our best bet would be asking Hades. Uh, yeah. I think that even if he goes with the my sister slash one of my employers said not to, he could still slip us something that could help us get through.
Well, I suppose it's time we meet him then.
Don't we have to cross the river to talk to Hades?
Say, what did you say?
Nothing.
All right. So, you all in accord that you're going to meet Hades in his palace. You begin to take the dirt path. You don't really see why it's going for a while. Like other shades walk on the very same path behind you, ahead of you, like you are in a giant queue, and you don't really, I assume you don't really wait for your turn, as you can pass right through the shades. They are insubstantial to you. And you begin your long walk. It feels like an eternity because everything seems to be boring right here. Like you see the same meadows again and again and again, and same shades, well, at least same looking shades, and you begin to wonder if you're ever going to arrive before you die of old age. But after a while, you begin to see in the distance a structure, a large and big structure that seems to be made of, from a distance you'd say, black stone. It looks like an old Greco-Roman temple, or maybe something like Parthenon. You're not really sure. I don't think any of you is really versed in architecture. Maybe wrong, but
I have the
Well, I've
instant
got
ability.
culture, but not necessarily architecture.
I mean, I have the instant ability to be versed in architecture. I take a picture. I reverse image Google search it. That looks
Oh,
like.
yeah, it basically looks like a giant temple, to be honest. Giant Greco-Roman temple, or a structure a bit like the Parthenon in Athens. It's definitely big, imposing, and does not look welcoming. And as you approach the structure, the streams of shades just get thicker and bigger, and like there's a notion of the dead waiting at the foot of at the entrance, sorry, of this building. A small trickle of them go into it one by one at a slow pace.
My God, is this where the DMV was inspired by? I say that out loud in character.
We can only hope to pass through such an evil realm as the DNV unscathed.
What do you do?
Lance will politely, gently push Thomas forward.
What? What's going on? He looks back at Lance like, why are you pushing me?
Well, this is going to be your family drama. You ought to take the lead here and then introduce friends, for the inevitable encounter.
And after you've done that, you can introduce us.
Yeah, he groans, pushes Lance's hands off him. And he's like, I can walk myself, thank you. And he starts walking forward. Says that, like grumbling under his breath. The human sacrifice sounds better.
Duh, he's a big boy now.
You begin to go into the building, and Thomas, you're in the lead, right?
Yep. Because everyone else needs someone to hide behind.
But before we go in, I'm just going to say, wait. Wouldn't be good to walk in bleeding. Because I believe Thomas was injured as well, right?
Uh,
I thought he took a level of bruised.
yeah, but it's armor, so.
Oh, it was armor. Okay. At the same time, I don't want to walk in bleeding, so I'm just going to use my once a session fertility thing to knock off an
Alright.
injured.
Describe to us how it looks.
Just the wave thing rolling out. And plants start growing if there's any, nearby, and
There's not any nearby, but they can start growing regardless. And
fair enough.
as you do that, you see like big group of dead people just instinctively swarming you. Of course, like they're not attacking, but like they sense your power and they sense your vitality, and you're soon into the center of a mob of deads. But you know they're insubstantial. They can really hurt you, harm you.
You just used something that brings life into the land of the dead. It's like lighting
Yeah.
a candle in a dark cave.
Hey, yes.
Yeah.
And
And
as
she's like,
you
well, now I feel bad.
as you do that, I want all of you to do me dexterity. No, sorry, stamina athletics roll, difficulty 2.
Wow, I think those are the absolute worst things that I have.
Neat. All right. You have one time.
Yes, I am not athletic, and I am not very sturdy. Yet
Wow.
somehow my flimsy body does not collapse all at once.
So
God,
everyone but Lance, you managed to get.
God damn it! I did it
to-
wrong again.
You have 2 success. It's fine. You managed to
Alright.
stay on your feet as soon as Leave uses a power. There seems to be an earthquake, a minor earthquake. Uh, Lance, you can gain 1 point of momentum and gain a bruise condition as you
Sorry,
hit your head.
I was trying to heal our condition.
Yes, but Lance, you hit your head
Yep.
pretty hard against the ground, and you hear a cavernous voice that I will not be able to do justice to. From within the temples, cries, "Who dares?"
Do the telephone thing. Just cup your hand over your microphone.
Yeah, just do a Bane voice. That's what Hades sounds like.
Oh god.
Who dares?
There goes my ears.
No.
Sorry.
It's a Bane voice. You gotta do a Scottish accent.
Why would Hades be Scottish?
I don't know. Why was Bane
Because-
Scottish?
Because he stole the Irish underworld. And Scottish
You
underworld.
nearly died. I was born to it.
So I'll go ahead and give Lance, Thomas another nudge.
The shades are quickly dispersing.
Yeah, they're the smart ones. They don't want to be in front of Hades when after that.
Crap. Sorry, I did not think that one through.
Thomas grabs Lance and helps him to his
Greetings,
feet.
name, purpose, and I just like shake you and push you forward a little bit.
All right. Sorry, I'm getting character names mixed up here. Thomas starts to walk into the temple. He looks exactly like someone who is walking towards the gallows or the electric
Uh,
chair. Just someone who knows he's about to die.
the inside of the temple is morbid but strangely pleasing to the eyes. White marble with golden veins are used as floor, as the interior seems to be carved in onyx. There's a lot of gems and precious looking items laced with gold and silver, adorning the otherwise empty halls. You can see that the temple was not built for someone Well, it was built in the ancient Greek style. It's enormous. There are fires inside, uh, constantly burning with seemingly uh, no sources of shit, of woods or oil or anything like that. This is a pretty straightforward walk, as you can see that in the distance, again, like maybe half a kilometer, you see two gigantic thrones and two figures seated at those thrones.
I'm assuming one's male, the other's female.
Yes.
Yeah, just making sure. Didn't know if he had a guest or something. Uh, uh,
No, it's
Thomas. First, like Thomas walks straight forward. His eyes like straight ahead, like he's just kind of locked on a space between the two. And once he gets to them, he bows as low as he can, facing the male figure first. It says esteemed great uncle. That he turns to the female figure, esteemed half sister.
all right. You can gain a point of kinship for that. What does the other do?
Lance is just walking up, hands behind his back, just keeping good posture, being quiet for a little bit, and letting Lance do the introduction since he's the one who's up there first. He's the connection, but he is sort of still stage whispering up. It's like, good, you did the greeting. Now do name, your introduction, and then purpose. You got
Um,
this.
I would like Thomas to give me a resolve integrity roll, please.
Alrighty. Where'd it go?
Difficulty 2.
Oh goody. This isn't gonna go well.
Well,
Yeah.
you're shot a bit full of you stumble and fumble on your words and your bow as you bow before the king of this place and his queen, and they are, well, they are excruciatingly non-human. They radiate a power and a certain aura of, not of fear, but of severity that you, it is the second time you meet a god, but here you meet a god in his full glory. It's almost painful to look at them, as you can sense your ichor, the faint trace of ichor in your vein, just pumping and burning a little in presence of those divines being. There are at least twice to twice the size of a normal human being. And they're sitting on the throne. There's, of course, Cerberus is not here, even if in Ada's picture is here. I couldn't find the proper the picture I wanted.
That could be a hellhound. Like they're everywhere in the
Uh,
underworld too.
no, there's no nail inside the temple. Uh, on one arm of his gigantic throne, you can see what looks like to be an old Greek helmet just laying there. Of course, it's the size of Ada's heads, but eh. um, so yeah, you fumble a bit into your presentation, and you're not really sure what to do next as Adis gets up, walks towards your group, and looks at all of you with cold eyes. Not cruel, but He looks mostly. Damn it! Sorry. He looks mostly annoyed with your presence. What is Mars' latest play toy doing here? And who are you? Who dares enter my realm?
Thomas keeps his head low, like he's almost still bowing, like he's trying to show as much respect as possible, and he says, "My lord, these are my traveling companions," and he gives a quick introduction of everyone, and then he says, "We uh Mars Alter sent us to resolve the recent unpleasantness with Hector."
He stays silent for a long while, eyeing each one of you. Uh, can you? I would like all of you to do me a resolve integrity roll.
Hey, something I actually have dice for this time. 3, 4, 5.
No, sorry, not for you, Thomas.
Okay. I thought I had to make another one.
Oh
So
shit.
just ignore that.
This is where I fail, I guess. I shit my pants.
I turn, I turn around, everyone's gone. I'm like, you fucking cowards!
I assume this is just to not, collapse under his gaze.
Yes.
I, you know what? I try to look him in the eye. Everybody's got to look
Alright.
at death eventually.
You're trying, but like Lance, you kind of you
Yeah.
Dragoslav, like you can't meet his gaze, and you kind of
I
go on your
mean,
knee.
if I could.
Yes.
What is it called when you electrically make sorry, my words are just failing me. A transparent surface, non-see-through.
Opaque?
Yeah, no, I mean,
okay.
what's the process called? I'm thinking if I could,
Electroplating?
what I would do is just have my glasses just go completely black for me, so
Yeah.
I can't see. At the same time, though, I have a heads-up display on the inside, so it's like I'm watching something that's not actually happening to me because I can't see it through the other side.
Polarization, maybe?
Yeah, polarization. That's what I was looking for. Was
But you cannot you do that, and you cannot meet his eyes, and you cannot back off a little, and just like you have your urge to just get into a bowl and into safety position. Um,
I'm just denying
Lan-
reality. I'm not here.
yes, Lance and Liv, you try to put on a good facade, but you fell halfway through. But at least you tried. You were able to look at him for just tiny bit, and that was a bit too much. But still, it's better than nothing.
Chance is having a mortal moment of, oh shit, I got involved in all this god stuff, didn't I? Oh damn. This is terrible.
You see Edis take another step, and you're Persephone, like you're a voice which is a bit reassuring, a bit more soft, gentle, and you're saying, no, no, let them speak. I want to know why they're here. Let's at least hear them.
Thank God it's fall. It's winter.
Hades looks back at Persephone and nods his head. He seems to have mellowed bits and go back to his throne. He sits down and you'll feel a bit relieved. And he gestures for you to speak, Thomas.
He he bows his head gratefully at Persephone first, and then he goes back. He returns his attention to Hades. Well, my lord, as I said, we're here to resolve the recent unpleasantness with Hector at the prompting of Father Mars. Uh, he's very clearly trying to push the blame onto Mars. Like we're not here. We're like he has that tone of voice like we would like to be anywhere else. It's Mars who brought us here.
Oh, you can go back to egotism.
So,
What does Mars want to do with my realm? What about Hector?
well, we would like to. Mars would like to move Hector from Tartarus to one of the other two afterlives. He thinks he does. He thinks Hector doesn't properly belong in Tartarus.
Who dare he?
Sorry, sir.
This.
He raises his arms real quick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, you can go back towards egotism again. um, you see this trying to become furious, but again, Persephone raises her hand and say, "No, no. Be a bit more specific. What? Why does Iris want to do with a shade of a day? It's not his place. He oversteps his bound. Surely there is more to it than that."
Was I told any more than that?
Yes, you know that it's Aphrodite, or that wanted to move Hector from Tartarus to another place,
Oh,
because Hera
okay.
put it there. And
Uh,
since Aphrodite thanks Mars, she has Mars to send you to resolve this.
he, sorry, I blanked for a second there. Thomas kind of he does that thing that kids will do when they know they're trying to over explain things. Like he's like rubbing his arms and like he's bowing his head and like uh it's sort of a push the buck a little downhill sort of thing. Uh See, is a favorite of Venus. Venus asked Mars to do this, and then Mars said, "Well, I'm not going to go down there."
Uh,
He's actively rambling now.
yeah, do me a persuasion presence roll, difficulty 3, because, yeah, you're not good at this at all.
Persuasion. What else? Uh
Presence.
oh, this is going to go horribly.
Uh, um, can I make a quick assist roll?
Not now.
Okay, I was going to step in and say something in his to help shore him up, but okay.
Did you roll?
2 successes, yeah.
Just one short. You can get 1 point of momentum for that. You see clearly that your bumblings. Just you see Hades put his hand to his forehead. He's clearly he had enough with you. But you can see he's not mad. It's just pissed. He's
This is why he moved to the underworld, is to get away from family drama.
and before you finish your sentence, enough. He's a did Mars send a bumbling child to explain to me what he wanted?
Yes, sir.
He looks at you, your lot, and points toward Lance. You,
Hello.
nature, come.
Lance will step forward. He's going to maintain good posture. He's going to attempt to be graceful about it,
You are the
but he
only
walks
one.
forward.
You are the only one that made a sacrifice to me. Speak and be quick.
Well, I suppose I should make my case then. Hector is in Tartarus right now. I have to ask why. In life, he was a good man by all accounts. Peace loving, a good father. What did he do to deserve to be there?
My three judges sent him there. I trust the judgment.
Do they judge a second time? He hasn't always been there, has he?
Oh, you're serious, mortal.
I didn't come all the way here just to make light of everything, much as I want to.
Judgment of the dead is final.
Why was he moved?
He wasn't moved. That's what he told you. His judges,
Oh.
like from his point of view, his judges put him into Tartarus. Which, according to your information, it's not what happened.
Someone want to share that information with Hades? Like we know better.
I assume you shared it with us, correct?
Yeah, I shared it with you guys. I'm just not the one that's under the assault of Hades' gaze right now. So I told everyone that Hera had him moved.
If Lance doesn't say anything for a moment,
Yeah, I was just waiting for everyone to finish what they were saying.
oh, sorry. No.
You can go ahead and interrupt. It's fine. Continue.
Liv will kind of briefly pipe up, and I'm actually going to invoke my my Pantheon pass, and
Yeah.
if I can spend a point of momentum to do a twist of fate, would that be?
You person by.
I'm
Yes, yes, you
diplomatic.
could.
Yes, I am going to say that just in case we had to speak directly to Hades, while I didn't make the sacrifice like Lance did beforehand,
Yeah.
I have something that would be an appropriate gift on me. Hades likes precious metals, right? So
you have sort of a kinship for Persephone, since your mother is a Vanir, and they're not from the same pantheon.
but they're both fertility.
They both
yeah.
represent fertility, yes, and called so. You can, as a twist of fate, you can appeal to empathy, to a sense of empathy, and in turn, she can try to mellow out her husband.
All right. We are. We do apologize for bothering you like this, especially when you and your queen have so little time together. But what our friend was told was that Hera requested that Hector be moved to Tartarus recently rather than at his death several centuries ago.
No. As Hector died, she went ahead and put it into Tartarus, bypassing everything, bypassing his judgment, his rightful place. He's
Oh,
been in
I
Tartarus
thought
since millennia.
okay.
I thought you meant like like it was recent, like he.
No,
Yeah,
Aphrodite recently learned of it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that he recently discovered that
Yes.
Hera bypassed your judges and your sovereignty over your dead.
As my friend said, I would ask you to use your own intuition then, Hades. Does it seem right that such a man would end up there if he were judged? Do you not sense that something may be amiss?
Silence! And he's look at you two, and for a moment, he go back to sleep, tighten his grip on his armchair, well, on his throne. The Queen of Heavens thought she could just bypass my authority? Is that what I'm hearing?
That is what we were told.
Alice seems to be lost in his thought for like right now it looks like he has forgotten you are here and begin to think. But Persephone looks at your group and says, "So you are here to right a wrong? Is that correct?"
It would seem so. It'd be
Nods.
unfortunate for such a noble soul to end up in Tartarus for all time.
And what would you do with his soul? What is your goal?
To give him nothing more than what the dead are due. A fair judgment, then.
Well, once dead are where they belong, nothing can move them. But she looked at Thaddeus, who's still lost in his own mind. Well, if you came all the way here to save Hector's soul, then maybe you can be allowed to try.
Lance will give a short bow to Persephone. That would be a great kindness from you.
Hades, sorry, looks at you, at your group once more, says, "Very well. You have come invited in my realm, and I heard your pleas. I shall not go back into a judgment, even if it was tempered with. But I shall allow you to try and deliver Hector to the Elysian fields. His fate is now in your hands. Succeed, and you can go back to the world of the living. Fail, and you have found your final rest here."
Thank
Now
you
go.
for allowing us to try.
Now
Lord
go.
Hades.
Lance will give a
Backing that
parting
quick
bow
up.
and will go. He's not going to argue with us.
Nope. Just a polite thank you and bow, go.
As you begin to leave the temple, you can see that Persephone and Hades begin to whisper to one another, and the conversation seems to be quite important as they get up of their thrones and begin to leave to another room. Leaving the two thrones empty.
Ah, this is the real plot all along. Now that the thrones are empty, someone else comes in and takes them. No.
Quick, run up and sit in your great
I would
uncle's
like
chair.
someone to do me a quick cunning and occult difficulty 1.
Does my
Yes, your
special-
Roman
okay.
mythology. Yep.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
I'm smirked.
It seems like Hades forgot one thing when he left the room. He forgot his helmet. That's still on the arm of his throne.
Oh, that's
Remind
not.
me what that helmet does.
Well, it has a neat little power which makes you totally invisible if you wear him.
Just a
Wear it, sorry.
proposition here. If Hades is twice the size of a person, would that not mean that his helmet is half the size of you?
I believe relics resize automatically.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, you are a creature of legend. You can try to use it.
I just imagine somebody holding the helmet over their body, which is covering down to their waist. I'm wearing it technically.
It's just, you know, the Greek version of Solid Snake in a cardboard box.
Uh,
Hmm.
Part
do
of
I
me wonders if he did
transgress?
it.
Do I end up in hell forever for a helmet? Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, part of me is wondering if he
I,
left it there on purpose, and if he did, if this is a test. Because
who knows? But um, gods are not omniscient. Few gods are omniscient, to be
I have
honest.
a question.
Yes.
Can you reverse engineer a helmet? A relic, sorry. Can you reverse engineer a relic?
Probably not at your level because you would need to be able to destroy it, which is beyond your capacity for the moment. But once you're a demigod or a god, probably yes.
But if I could find a way to destroy it.
Well-
You need to take it apart. Just
Right,
not
no, that's what I'm
put-
saying.
Yeah.
But if I could find a way to destroy it, this is hell after all.
Y- Maybe you're not sure, honestly. It's maybe a bit beyond your capacity.
Right, no, I'm just saying that there has to have been some sort of legendary crafter of some sort who found their way into hell who might be able to help me out here.
You know that the other could tell you that this, or your glasses could tell you that this helm was forged by Cyclops.
Right?
So
Always go
maybe
straight
if you
to
could
the
find a
source.
Cyclops, you could try. But as you're not sure there is any Cyclops in Hades. But again, you don't know a lot about
Right.
them.
Oh, I completely understand.
But technically, if you found a Cyclops with his equipment down there, then you could take it apart.
Reverse engineer it and be able to replicate the helmet of Hades.
You could probably replicate the helmet, but you would need ingredients and the help of a Cyclops to reforge it.
Right. But that would
But you
be
would know to do it.
an
And
amazing addition to Thomas. Thomas. That'd be an amazing addition to Thomas's armor, which is
Yeah,
already
because-
called. What's it called, Thomas? I forgot.
I forgot. But you could
Legion.
technically you could
Hades
learn,
armor. It's literally I called it Hades armor.
you could learn to do it. And at your level, you cannot create a relic, but later on, you could create it once you ascend
right.
to
I would
a higher
have the
state.
knowledge.
You would have the knowledge, yes.
Well, I don't hear anybody else going to grab it, so I'm gonna go grab it.
All right.
And everyone takes like one big step away from you, so we
Uh,
don't fucking get vaporized.
can I actually make a empathy to guess if this is something that was probably left on purpose, accidentally on purpose?
You can do an intelligence, either empathy or leadership. Leadership will be easier. Empathy will be two. Empathy would be 3. Leadership would be 2.
I'll
Okay.
give a leadership try.
I'll
One.
try with empathy.
I could try with empathy too. I got detect intentions for my specialization.
Yeah, that's apply. All right. Right.
And one of those was a 10, so. Ah. Crap.
No. So you naturally leave. Did you roll, Griff?
I did. I only got one.
All right. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. You're not sure either. Thomas, you feel like it was genuinely forgotten. Like you don't see it as a test, since Hades isn't really the kind of person to test people like that.
Yeah, famously, he
I-
never tested anybody, right?
Well,
Not like a super strong
what-
guy, probably related to his brother. Never tested him.
yes, but he's not really the cunning, witty kind of person. He's not really a
Uh,
trickster.
I probably would not touch that. Thomas takes a couple more steps back.
Literally
at
in the
least without,
process.
not without permission.
Yeah, Dragoslav, you managed to. You climb on the throne. It's not that hard. And your hands begin to grasp the helmet, which, yeah, reduced to sizes appropriate for you. And you have it in your hand. It's. The metal is cold, but it seems to be perfect. Like there's not a there's not a scratch on it, and it seems to gently with power.
Cool. I look down at everybody. I mean, I turn around slowly, look down at everybody, and put the helmet on.
Oh,
Well-
that's not gonna end well.
I mean, if it doesn't end well, for a moment there, invisible cameraman. Just putting that out there.
Yep. Nothing seems to change for you, but you can see Dragonslav just vanishing in front of your eyes.
Lance will just kind of sigh a little bit and go, "Come along, Bilbo."
Oh wait, sorry, just a minute. It's a relic.
Oh wait,
so
I'm sorry. He dissolves in screaming terror because he's dead now.
No,
I misread that.
Uh,
That was my bad.
no, I think you have to use momentum to use the relic, since it's not yours. Relic. It's technically a stolen relic. Where is it? Traits, birthright, relics. You could fate bind yourself to claim the relics to yourself.
How do
For
you do that?
yourself. 1 moment. I want to know.
I claim the helmet of Hades as my own.
You could.
I
It
know.
would probably make you a mortal enemy, but
That's cool. I gotta have something to work against, right?
An immortal enemy, I think. is
immortal.
more-
I mean, well, the
yeah.
whole thing is that I don't know my own pantheon yet, except for the older editions of stuff, which might not
Yeah.
actually apply. So having somebody to work against here might actually help me build the character a little bit more.
Maybe
Uh,
just pops up, like smacks the relic off your head, and then just takes it away.
I don't know. Can Hades see invisible objects by default? I mean, that is a pretty good way to defeat mythical creatures in his own mythology. Famously, that's how the fleece was stolen. Not from Hades, of course. I'm just using his own mythology.
all right. Yeah, you can like it would be fed bound to you. So instead of having a PC fed bound to you, it would be a relic, and then you can invoke the relic and compel it uh, to have difficulties happens to you for because you stole it. But as you do, the strings, the fate bound will become more and more potent, and at one level it will become yours by right in the eyes of fate.
Right, but do I need to actively do anything for this to happen?
No, just tell me that you're fate bound to the relic, and the rules are on page 210.
Okay.
You
And if-
basically gain a condition. from it.
What is technically Hades' helmet called? Just the helmet of
Uh,
Hades?
The helmet of Hades, I think.
Yes. I think
Okay.
it's the Helmet of Hades.
I am actively doing this thing.
And if he's fate binding himself, that also should give him a legend, right?
Yep. You can regain a point of legend.
Regain or gain?
Hmm?
Regain or gain?
Regain if you spend one, or gain one that you can take. You can again automatically use for a boon or something else.
Okay, so
Right
I
now.
gain a point of legend.
Yeah.
So I now have 2 legends.
What's no, sorry. You had level 1 legend, so you have 1 maximum point of legend that you can store.
Okay, so there's literally nothing I can do with this then. Okay.
You can use it
Well-
right now to imbue something or use a boon.
My imbue thing, it can't do that right now. So
Ah.
They're marvels as well. So
So all right. So I'm just gonna give you the stats real quick. Ah, damn it! 1 moment. So it's 5-dot Rolex with a deception purview. Motif is walk everywhere unseen. Moment. I think I messed up. It's not. All right, so it should have. Sorry, I messed this up. Writing, yes, filer. Technically, it's that's it. It grants you a dot of additional dots of level of health because it is a helmet. And yeah, as a knack, it can basically to turn you invisible as long as you wear it on your person.
got it.
Might rework it later because I fucked up, but for now it's enough. So yeah, you have access to a new purview.
Lance just gets that ting of fate bound. It's like,
Yep.
this could be more dangerous than I anticipated.
more
guys
dang.
do.
Wait, you didn't anticipate it would be dangerous to professionally borrow the helmet of Hades of a god?
Oh no, now it's fated to be dangerous.
Oh, you can tell that.
Yeah, I need to work it. My notes are not great, but yeah.
So I suppose now is the time to actually convene and form the plan. We have to actually drag him out of Tartarus now. So that seems like a ton of fun. Who's ready to cross a river of fire?
Sure, let's do that.
Let's see, if I check my hiking equipment here, there should be some insulated coats. That should protect us for at least 20 seconds? No, 2. And then it's gonna burn up.
You didn't spring for the asbestos ones.
You know, it didn't seem all that important when I was gonna climb a giant mountain.
You know, it's funny, I almost gave your Hades armor resistance to heat.
That's great.
Well, I thought that there was nothing implicitly about this region being hot specifically, I thought more armor was probably better.
Well, still, I suppose the first thing we should do is try to find our way there to the river. So how do we do that, Emmerich? This is still
Well,
the meadows, isn't it?
yeah, you're back into the meadows, and you really, well, as far as you can see, it's meadows and meadows of asphodel flowers. Uh, 1 moment.
Okie doke.
Sorry, I have to FK quickly. I'll be back.
Short break. Time to get some water.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you see.
I was just reading the page numbers told to me. The downside of a purloined power is that each use of the borrowed birthright costs momentum equal to the relic's dot rating. So if you guys want to use up all the momentum for this session,
Oh boy.
Well, we earn more momentum every time we fail, so.
right? And you're
All we have
always
to do is
saying,
jump straight into the pit of fire, and we'll get lots of momentum.
you guys are always saying, hey, we need to earn extra XP by using all the momentum a session or whatever. Well, I can burn through 5 in a moment.
I'm reminded I still need to actually pick a second legendary title, and I have not a clue what I'm going to do for that.
What are your keywords?
I haven't a slightest clue what I have for that.
Oh. Those are
I'm not
something
even
you.
sure where keywords come into play in all this, or if I've chosen them already, or if they're based
Uh,
on something else.
Keywords are in Hero under one of the several sections that talks about callings.
Yeah, each one has like a
And-
subsection of words. By the way, the momentum cost doesn't count, actually, now that I've read more of the paragraph, because I've actively started fate binding it to me, which means that it removes the momentum cost.
Oh, okay. Example keywords are on 192.
All right, pulling that up now.
Technically, if I recall correctly, without reading this, you're supposed to choose one every time you get a dot in callings.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
And I think it's you use them to make your legendary titles, and you can technically invoke them like a title, but instead of just a legend, it's a legend and a momentum.
You said in the hero book on 190.
192.
192.
All right. Oh, you're talking about legendary title? Yeah.
Not the titles, just the keywords that you
Oh,
use
the keywords.
to make the
Yeah,
titles.
we should talk about that after session.
Yeah.
I
I was just talking about it while he was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So here it is. The helmets back. Okay, I have yeah, the right stats for the helmet. So
I mean,
yeah, you have access to darkness, deception.
is there any chance you could just copy and paste that to me in like
Yeah.
a DM or something? I'm very bad at transcribing. Also,
Sorry.
I'm reading the fate binding stuff, which means that I have to increase my legend to get to the point where I could actually claim the helmet as mine, because I have to get to a strength 6 fate binding on this helmet.
No, because every time you invoke and compel it, the strength of a fate binding has a chance to go up.
Right, but I can only have a strength of a fate binding and a relic equal to my legend, which means that I have to increase my legend to be high enough to fate bind this helmet to me.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can have it incrementally rising fate bind. I mean, I can claim it now, but I have to work myself up to that
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
And it says a 5 dot relic. It means I have to have a +1 to that, which means a strength 6 fate bind.
Oh yeah.
So I'll have to have a 6 legend effectively in order to get this thing to me. Claim it as my own.
Two.
In order for it to accept you as its owner.
Oh god, I'm gonna whisper to you on Discord. Sorry.
I like to partially imagine Dragoslav just, staring deeper and deeper at the helmet in his hands. Just mouth like slightly agape. It's like, what did I just do?